Never Have I Ever is back to sink Davy like never before into more complicated relationships. Have we seen the last of the love triangle? How much change can Davy endure? Well, buckle up, guys. A new guy. You absolutely heard that right. There's a new guy on the block and he's the cutest. Things aren't just beginning to get better, they're becoming dreamy as this guy might be coming for Davy. Just as soon as Davy settled with Paxton and was beginning to get into the role of a girlfriend, she felt something was missing. Could that something be the new guy? Davy and Paxton are the talk of the whole school and it feels so good to have her date a popular guy. However, there's still a lot to learn for Davy and she's not afraid to take it. The new guy, who's called Des for short, is the son of Davy's mum's friend. He attends a private school and Davy never imagined him to be anything better than an Indian dork. According to the trailer, Davy is forced to invite Des to a party as requested by her mum. She had, in turn, asked for her friend to keep an eye out for the dork, except that this wasn't an ordinary dork, it was a jaw-dropping one and the best they've ever seen. Contrary to Davy's belief, Des was outstandingly stylish and handsome. You can tell that Des's arrival is going to pretty much shake things up. It'll be a big threat to Davy's supposed solid relationship with Paxton. Also, for the first time ever, there's a worthy rival to Paxton and Ben's back and forth. This time around, it's safe to call the love triangle a love square because things will begin to square up for a big fight. Daxton breakup. It's not often for an Indian-American teenager who struggles with acceptance from home and pressures from school to nail down a romantic relationship. But Davy did it with Paxton, as the end of Season 2 suggests the beginning of the best of her life. The co-creator of the show, Lang Fisher, mentioned how difficult this new situation might be for Davy going forward. She said, "This has been her dream for the entire series. Day one, she's like, we gotta get boyfriends. That's all she wanted, and now she has one, and he is the most popular boy in school. What is that gonna be like?" Lang believes an inexperienced nerd suddenly dating an experienced popular guy isn't usually the smoothest sailing. Darren Barnett, who portrays Paxton, thinks there are still many issues that might not be easily overlooked, especially what the school thinks. Darren said, "The most interesting thing may be how he copes with the public opinion of him dating someone that's not on his social status per se. A relationship based on public opinion shakes, and this might just be what's coming for Davy and Paxton." Darren talked about Paxton's insecurities when he said, "You might even see it in the glance when he's looking at his friends who are gawking at the idea of them being together." So that's got to be a lot to do with Paxton, because he is a character that does care a lot about what people think. It's going to be interesting. And yes, the trailer already gives the likely and unlikely events that may spring up. The trailer shows fans Davy and Paxton are now officially shipped as Daxton walking inside the school holding hands. And what does this scene expose? It shows the evil stares of their schoolmates at what they thought was strange. Davy and Paxton? It was unbelievable. To make this even weirder, Davy is coming to attention as a popular person. What else could be better than being popular in high school? But then popularity doesn't come cheap. She's now being hated. The two lovebirds continue to make out everywhere and anywhere as they explore their new path together. But as the insecurities begin to take over, Davy thinks no one else thinks they make sense together. Maybe or maybe not, it looks like this promising love might not last the year. Ben's not giving up. Is it even a sweet love story without Ben? With Ben still around, Davy might not be able to comfortably settle with Paxton. To even think she almost dated them both at once is absurd. Well, Ben is just getting started. Even though his rivalry with Paxton didn't reward him at the end, he's still lingering and hoping. In an interview with TV Line, Jaron Lewinson, who plays Ben, shared that he isn't giving up on the ship between his character and Davy. He said, "I think that Ben's always going to have a soft spot for Davy, and Davy's always going to have a soft spot for Ben." Despite the obvious heartbreak Ben experienced as he watched Paxton and Davy kiss, Jaron doesn't think Ben is going to give up anytime soon. While explaining why he thinks so, Jaron said, "I don't even think that he necessarily ruled out the possibility of another romantic relationship a little bit later down the line. Their connection is so strong, it's so obvious that they have this magnetism towards each other no matter what happens." Jaron continued his interview to mention how he's sure Davy will be back to help Ben back up, despite being the cause of his constant heartbreak. Oh, isn't that exciting? This hope alone is enough to make non-assumable changes happen, and that's what Season 3 is coming for. Making a big choice. There's one unpleasant thing Ben can't seem to get out of, and that's a love triangle. He keeps entangling himself in heartbreaking situations, and the fans wonder if things will change with Season 3 and how long it will last. It's the hope that he might someday be chosen that's sad, and Team Ben wants him to leave this sad tale in season 3. Even as Ben watched Paxton and Davy dance and kiss, Eleanor still raised his hopes when she said after you took her to Malibu, she wanted to choose you. So just for the record, it has not always been him. Even though some fans expect Ben to confess his feelings for Davy in season 3, some believe it's time for him to look more inwardly towards Anissa. Anissa was the new girl introduced in season 2, as she formed a sweet relationship with Ben. But because of Davy, Ben didn't see the reason to take Anissa just as seriously. Talking about Ben's heartbreak in season 2, Jaren said, "You're thinking, okay, he's kind of got this relationship with Anissa going on, and it's like, can he continue putting his heart into that? Or is his heart in a different place? And if it is, can he even do anything about it?" Season 3 only gets better for Ben, as he must quickly decide where his heart belongs. Jaren already pointed out that for Ben, it's more about who challenges him and makes him feel seen. He said, "Both of those girls have some really incredible qualities that Ben's really attracted to, and I think it's going to come down to what is going to make him a better person." You might already know who gets Ben the most, but really, is choosing not the worst of it all? Nalini pursues happiness. A woman losing her husband and constantly getting disapproval from her daughter to move on is a really sad thing to see. After her husband's demise, Davy's mum, Nalini, found solace in her work, and this led to her finding comfort in her work rival, Dr. Jackson. Nalini, who found a shoulder to lean on in Jackson, had to end things with him because Davy thinks she's moving on too fast. But then Nalini sees Jackson every day, and it's only likely that they will rekindle their old love in season 3. When the time comes, which the fans believe will come, Nalini will have to speak with Davy and tell her that it's time for her to be happy as well. After all, she deserves it, but it would be painful to see her lose Davy's trust in pursuit of that happiness. With Never Have I Ever 3, things could quickly take a drastic turn, but the fans hope that it makes Nalini happy again. More of Davy's dad. Davy's dad, Mohan, might be gone physically, but he lives rent-free in Davy's heart, as she struggles to accept the fact that he might be gone for real. Davy still sees herself talking to her dad, and that's how she's been able to cope through the last 2 seasons. Season 3, however, promises to show more of Mohan as Davy struggles with her image. Mohan is that one person who always assures Davy that she's perfect. The conversations between father and daughter are some of the most emotional moments the fans usually look forward to, as they add stability to whatever drama is going on. The fans will get to see more of Mohan in season 3 as he keeps making appearances in her dreams. Love after a failed marriage. Not only is Never Have I Ever for teenagers, it's also for adults to unravel and find love. No time is ever too late anyway. Davy's older cousin Kamala from India is beginning to fall for Davy's teacher, Manish, and it's the perfect type of twist. This romantic relationship between Kamala and Manish would have been perfect if Kamala wasn't married. Nothing perfect comes easily anyway. The season 2 finale shows how Kamala's hatred for her arranged marriage continued to be the bad seed that led her to break up with Prashant. Even the weak advice Prashant had managed to give her on how to cope with her male colleagues only added to the breakup of the failed marriage. The fans were able to see how Kamala threw everything away just to go in search of Manish. Something promising is about to happen between these two in season 3, and you better not think it will come smoothly. Love affairs come with the most interesting challenges, but can they scale through? What do you think of all this impending drama? Are you ready for the bumpy but lovely ride? Share your thoughts in the comments, and thanks for watching.